Hello, 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 hello.
Good evening.
How are you doing, mate?
I'm very well, thank you. How's yourself?
I'm all right. What's my name? My name's Scott MacArthur. How you doing, folks?
That's right. My name is Andy Muir.
Well done, well done. That should go in the comments. Excellent. What an achievement. Well, welcome back to the Glasgow Apollo Live show with more music, memories, and complete mayhem. How on earth are we going to follow last week, mate?
I don't know, I've been kind of on a bit of a high.
Yeah.
A bit of a high. I've been thinking about it going, I was chatting to Tom Russell the other day.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And then I kind of watched it a wee bit in the week. You did a bit of an edit of it.
Yeah.
And I watched it back again.
Yeah.
It was very good. I enjoyed it immensely.
And he followed through on his promise to send that shoe parrot, whatever they're called, thing to Lost Recordings. So he's done that, which is really nice as well. So that was brilliant. Cool. Well, we're getting feedback here from James. He's off to the loo. All right, on you go, mate. You're watching the Scotland game, aren't you? I'm slightly distracted. I'll do my best. It's only 15 minutes to the end. So, hi Raymond, nice to see you, mate. Right, tonight. Well, what have we got tonight? Well, to try and sort of keep the pace, we've got an exclusive, unbelievable. Somebody's done something fantastic, exclusive, announced today. So we'll do that later on. We've got a brilliant piece of film to show you, which has been available on YouTube. But we've just managed to find a longer piece of the same film, which is now, I don't think it's common. It's certainly not on you. I don't think it's easy to find on YouTube. I found it on a funny platform, Vimeo, Andy. So I was talking to you about it earlier. So we're going to do that. What about what else? There was something else I wanted to say. Oh, sorry. Can you tell that I like rugby? I'm sitting here and I've got my phone down here and I'm sort of going like this. So I'm going to need to get you talking quite quickly, mate, because if I don't, I'm going to be really, really bad.
I'm not going to say anything.
I might forget even more than I normally do.
Yeah.
So,
well, thanks for the intro. Thanks for the intro there. What we doing? Bang.
All right, okay. Bang. Come on. Here we go. Right, I can watch the rugby while you talk about this list.
Oh no, mate, come on.
Oh, no, I'm watching. I'm here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. This week, Jethro Tull and Tiranogue.
Yes.
Oh, actually, Stan Keaton. Who's Stan Keaton? Was he?
I don't know who Stan Keaton is.
Well, he was 65 years ago. I'm sure someone's. I could look it up, but I'm not gonna. Stan Keaton. Jethro Tull and Tiranogue. I think that was. From what I gather, was that? I don't know. I bet Ian Bamford could tell me, and it was probably Thick as a Brick tour. I think. Probably no. I'm too young for that business. I mean, I was 4.
They're going to alienate the audience here, mate. Come on, stop it.
I think it's called Gentle Ribbing, Scott.
Oh, Gentle Ribbing. Oh, Gentle Taking the Piss. Yes.
Yeah. Status Quo. We're getting all the insights today, James, and back from the loo. Right.
Thanks,
thank you, James. Good to know you're on top of things.
The stalker is in the building.
Status Quo played. Status Quo, Golden Earring and Alcuin. I noticed that Derek McAdam put on a few pictures this week of tickets. I think he was he at that one? Golden Earring and Alcuin. Alcuin. That really, really good gig. Ian Hunter and Mick Ronson band. Another good gig. That must have been after he left Bowie, I think. And Jet, not that Jet, the other Jet, the original Jet, not the Australian Jet, because they wouldn't even be born. Man, I should listen to some Man.
I've heard a little bit. I don't know them particularly well.
John Denver, he played, and George Hamilton the 4th. Is that the 4th? What?
George
I
Hamilton.
listened to some of George Hamilton the fourth.
Oh God,
Mate, I even looked him up.
Jesus.
He's Scottish. It's called Hamilton.
Oh, is it? Oh, right.
Yeah. So he came back, like what I said in the wee blurb today, the other day. He came back to Scotland to
He's
meet
like
his
Johnny
own.
Cash. He's got these Scottish roots.
Yeah, well, I think one of his ancestors went over to America a long time ago. Became a farmer anyway, and then he was taking back the Scottish tunes, the English and Scottish tunes back to Scotland and England and Ireland. You know, returning the favour by playing country and western music. Frankie Miller.
Yes.
Man, I think I said that in my wee blurb for this.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have gone to see Frankie Miller at the Apollo.
Can you
But
imagine?
I love to go and see Frankie Miller anytime. But at the Apollo, that would have been something special. Yeah. Brilliant. Raymond, George Hatcher. Is that Raymond's? One of Raymond's mates?
Could be. I don't know.
Is it Raymond? I don't know. Tangerine Dream. A couple of another one of them. Derek's post. I think he put up a poster and
There was 2 or 3 about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't know how busy that would have been, but it had lasers. Oh,
Aye.
they had lasers for this
Famous
week.
lasers.
Johnny Cash wasn't
Yes.
the inaugural. It wasn't the inaugural concert, but it was a few years later. That'd have been good. A few people posted about the Journey and Pat Travers gig.
Yeah.
It probably didn't have as many people as they would have expected because it was I think it was a train strike or oil strike or something.
How did people know about Journey in 1979? How?
Well.
I mean,
maybe the newspapers like Sounds or NME or
yeah,
something
maybe.
like that.
But I'll come back to it. Sue Ashcroft said something quite interesting about it. I'll come back to it.
Yeah.
But I wish I had heard the Journey then. I wish I'd heard of them then.
Yeah. Well, we were a couple, like 2. When was that?
79.
Yeah,
Just
we
2.
were like 4 years later. Probably 4 years later we started hearing them. Butchie's Rubber Band. I watched there's a TV show, a cartoon TV show by Mike Judge, called Tales from the Tour Bus.
Right.
Have you ever heard of that?
Nope.
Brilliant series, and there's an episode of Bootsy Collins. If you want to have a good laugh, Tales from the Tour Bus. Very good, animated. You know is it Mike Judge? Mike Judge, yes. He does King of the Hill. Yeah, very good. Judas Priest and Iron Maiden. Another, that would have been
fantastic.
That would have been fantastic, man.
Yeah.
You know, Iron Maiden supporting Judas Priest.
Unbelievable.
Did they return the favour at some point?
I think they did.
Yeah, but not at the Apollo.
No.
Pretty sure at the Apollo.
Yeah.
Sad Cafe. Oh, I've forgotten their big hit, but it sadly eludes me. It probably would have been about that time. It would have been about that time. I quite liked that song, actually. You're right, Raymond says, music papers alerted us to Journey.
Where? Sorry?
Raymond, he says, you're right, Andy. Music papers alerted us to Journey.
So you went, this is this weird thing that we used to do where you'd never heard of a band, but you went to see them anyway because the papers said they were good.
Yeah.
Or if Uncle Tom said they were good.
You might have, or you might have heard it on Tommy Vance, or you might have heard it going down to listen and going, oh, have you heard about this band Journey? Or you'd be walking in going, what is Journey? What's that you're playing? Yeah.
Oh, I've got to make a confession. I went in to listen. Wait, mate, I went in to listen once. You're going to laugh at this. I went in to listen with you, Kenny Harvey, and Nod, and you were at the corner with Nod, and I was standing at the counter with Kenny, and I said to him, "See that Frankie Miller? Is it a man or a woman?" I'd never heard him, and I remember Kenny looking at me going, "What a dick!" You know, he didn't say that. His eyes were like, you know.
He's like, really?
Oh dear. Anyway, I'll put my yeah.
Anyway, so we're up to Sweet. Not long to go now. This
band.
torture will be over soon.
Good band.
Yeah, sweet,
This
great
is good.
band.
I like this. This is my favourite bit.
Yeah. Adam and the Ants after them.
I bet that was good.
That would have been great. I read some things on the Facebook page about it, and some folk were saying, "Oh, it was rubbish," but they were generally men who had been taken there by women or girls at the time, young women taken there, dragged by their girlfriends. Oh, I just went home. Anyway, and I've also worked out that Altered Images were a support band there, so that's not on your
excellent
thing. So it's updated in the database in case anyone wants to know. Slade and Vardis. I think this was an excellent. A few people said this was an excellent gig, and Vardis were quite a maybe a bit of a revelation for them that they didn't think they'd be as good. The Style Council, and supported by Billy Bragg and the Questions. Not my cup of tea. No, it's not. That wasn't the last show.
Year before. Sorry.
Year after, yeah. So, Billy Bragg. I would have enjoyed going to see Billy Bragg. Style Council weren't my cup of tea, but plenty of people liked them. You know, as I've said before, music is not a competition.
Yeah, but they were rubbish.
No, but you like me.
No,
they weren't rubbish. No, they weren't rubbish. They were just not your taste, mate.
They were not. I quite liked the Jam.
Yeah, it was a different band. Rubbish. Yeah, not rubbish, but different.
They were rubbish.
Yeah, they weren't rubbish. They were just not what we like.
Billy Bragg smashed it off the stage.
Yeah, he probably did. Yeah. I wonder if he did. No. Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
How did you?
That would have been a good. I'm pretty sure that would have been a good gig as well. Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah. And I know nothing of the band, promise. But that's us stumbled through the gigs of this week.
Well done.
We didn't. Actually, last week we didn't stumble through any. So let's do that.
No.
Let's not.
What are folks saying here? We've got what's this? James saying, "Sweet are a good band. They are good for putting it on and getting it louder. They are. They used to be an amazing band. I mean, I saw them. I actually had a drink with them at a charity thing that we did at the Armadillo for the children's charities. You remember that, Andy? It was probably 9 years ago or something.
I remember you going.
Aye, and the sweet, lovely guys, really nice guys. Same can't be said for the singer from the Bay Shitty Rollers, who was a complete.
No.
Anyway, no, I'm not going to say it. Sorry. Now, Derek said this. The Journey gigs. A lot of folks said that Pat Travers was really good.
Yeah.
Now I've seen Pat Travers, and funny enough, I think when I saw him, he was having a bad night. Maybe he was a bit. He's not rubbish at all, but he was not on form at all. He didn't seem to know his right foot from his right foot arm, and he was getting all he was all discombobulated. Yeah. So,
I mean, that's us every weekend, man.
Well, absolutely, particularly later on. Well, with the rugby being on, I've already had 2 glasses of wine, so it's not going to end well. John Denver is a bit like sardines and olive oil. I'm not a fan. What's wrong with sardines and olive oil? God, James, have you been on the Swally already?
He's young. He's young. He doesn't appreciate sardines and olive oil.
Here's Dave saying, didn't mind the Jam, but I hated the Style Council. Yeah, man of taste, obviously. I remember hearing, it's a bit like, I've said this before, there's certain bands, like I remember hearing, I've said this before, I'm sure, David Essex doing that song, is it My Fan Way?
Yeah.
And it was like, he'd got as many notes as he could find, and he threw them up in the air, and that was it. Couldn't make any sense of it. It was like a piece of nonsense. And I felt exactly the same with the Style Council. I just couldn't get them. You know, I did try.
Well, I was talking to a lady last night, and I was telling her what I was doing tomorrow morning, and she said, I read out who was playing.
Yeah.
Because she didn't think she'd know any else. And I said, and David Essex played there as well. She went, oh, I loved him. And I was like, yeah, that's because, well, he was a good looking guy.
Yeah. absolutely.
Twinkle in his eye. And then I said, he's got a haircut like me now. And she went, oh.
Aye, has he? Wears hats as well. He wears bonnets.
What does he? Oh, okay.
I quite fancy him as well. I mean, he was that good looking. Yeah, he was definitely a handsome man. I liked his motorbike. Remember that Silver Dream Machine thing?
Yeah.
That was magic. Good song, that one.
Good. I think. Oh no, I was thinking about the other movie. The other one where he's a rock star. That's a good movie.
I don't remember that. Anyway, Graham's saying, evening, afternoon, chaps, Sad Cafe singles, Everyday Hurts and My Oh My. Is that what you were thinking?
No.
Over my head, right? Okay.
Everyday Hearts, maybe, I think. Yeah.
And Cheryl's making a lot of sense here. If you're talking about Les McKay from the Bay City Rollers, a total Richard Cranium. Yeah, he's a tosser. Unbelievable. Hey, unbelievable. Frank Goes to Holloway, they're a bit like a heaped handful of diarrhea. That's not. Tell you what, James, you'd be surprised how good the bootleg is, because we played it, didn't we? Do you remember about 4 or 5 shows ago? And I'll tell you what, if it might have been samples for all we know, but I tell you, it sounded really good. They sounded like they knew what they were doing. And
good band. I mean, eventually they got to be a good band. At the start, they weren't good, but they did well.
Cheryl's asking James, "What are you smoking?" Yeah, that's how I feel as well. But anyway, so that was it was pretty good week. I mean,
good week.
I don't want to miss anybody here. Raymond's asking me if I'm on the alcohol-free Guinness. Definitely, it's alcohol-free. Maiden.
Can you get that?
No. Although you can get alcohol-free gin now, Raymond. Anyway. Anyway, right. So what do we do next, mate? I've not forgotten.
We can't do private jokes on the telly.
No. Here's a wee
telly. Jeez.
Right. So how
doing stuff and I'm not even ready. Right.
How are the socials going?
Socials are fantastic, mate, as usual, because that is the fuel that makes us live.
Yes, indeed.
Without them, we wouldn't have this stream.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So we are, thankfully, we're still above 9,000 members. And active members this week is 5,908.
Fantastic.
Which is very good. It's very good. What we got, like, we had 46 new posts. A lot of them were Derek and William McGacken. I think Derek McAdam, he was posting a lot of pictures this week of tickets. So that made a lot of comments come through. He's some man for the tickets, that guy. We'll talk about the playout as well. Where were we? Sorry, I've dropped my note.
Socials.
Oh yes, that's right. Oh God, I just totally lost my train of thought here.
There's nobody watching. Yeah.
So did I say active members? Have I done that already?
You did. You said that, but yeah.
Well, so we've got 46 new members this week, so we are still loving that we've got new members.
Yeah,
I think it's amazing that they do come and spend their time here with us and sharing the memories. There's a few new members with their
cracking,
fantastic collections. I love it. It's great when they do that. Yeah. Everyone goes, yes, was that one, at that one, at that one, at that one, at that one. Christ, you were sitting next to me, that sort of thing. You were 2 rows away. I was sitting in front of you. I love that when you see
it's
two
good
people.
Yeah,
it's good. Hold on, where are we? There was 4,000. This is a bit boring, but there was 4,179 reactions this week.
You're right.
Very good. It is a bit boring, and there was 1,480 comments.
Good grief!
That's amazing. Yeah, and there was a fair few. There was about 1,040 of those comments were on a thread about what pub you used to go to before you
saw that.
Went to the Apollo. It's like two the two subjects were intertwined.
Yes.
Where did you go before the Apollo? And it was like, yeah, okay. So we were too young to go anywhere. I
We
think.
were, yeah, we got on a minibus for Carluke, like good little boys.
Yep, maybe half a can of lager between us. Yeah, Kestrel.
No, I
That's we
remember we used to go. No,
Yeah.
finish off first, then I'll do this. On you go.
Anyway, just keep stumbling through. I think we're done.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't add any more because I lost my brains. Yeah.
that's all right. He's been out. He was actually out for dinner yesterday. Today, whenever it was. So he's recovering from that. There's a few comments here.
We can actually do go out for things. I was telling you last night when I was I can only see the first two words of that comment from Derek on my screen. We can go out, so it felt really weird to be out and people out just like normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be
very
weird.
Yeah. The only difference was the only thing we have to do is wear a mask on public transport. But so weird. Just
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It just felt.
There's only been one case, hasn't there? There's only been one case in your part of the world.
I think in New South Wales there's only been one locally acquired case, but that generally comes from hotel quarantine where there's been a slip up in the contamination in between hotel quarantine prisoners, guests, whatever, and security guards or people who work there, cleaners and such.
Right.
Yeah. But,
so this week, just a bit of context. I mean, it's been a really good week, and the thing that I've liked, and Andy and I have liked together, is that the majority of the comments have been from women. The top level comments, amazing, which is really good. Keep it up. We're all for getting everybody involved in this, except for James. But everybody else, it's great that you're getting involved, and that's quite cool. I had a pretty crap week this week. A very good family friend died, and I tried to go to the funeral. My car broke down. You couldn't make this up. Car broke down on the motorway, and I got out on a busy motorway at 6 o'clock in the morning. Was sitting on the verge waiting on the AA coming to get me home, and I sat in my glasses. So, like the whole thing cost me about 350 quid. So I never got to the funeral, and I came back. Didn't? No, I couldn't, mate. It was too far, and because I had to drive to Scotland, so it's a 350-mile drive for me to get to Lanarkshire, and so I came back home, and I sat down, and honestly, guys, it was like Valium, some sort of human Valium, because I put on the Apollo website, Facebook group rather, and I started to read all your comments, and it really cheered me up. So thank you, because you're all mad, and I love it. I think it's brilliant.
It was like Valium. What are you talking about? It was Valium.
Calms you down, because I was a wee bit hyped. Right. Oh, I was a wee bit. Not in the best form. There's a few things I just wanted to mention because there was some cracking things. J.E. Skinner put his tickets up. He was a new member, and he put a lump of rough cast from the Apollo.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Where was that? Where did that come from? He didn't say where it came from.
No, it was obviously the day wall? But it was magic, and I thought, oh, that was brilliant. And I think somebody else, I didn't actually write it down, sorry, but somebody else had a couple of bits, so we can rebuild it. Other things that came on this week that I really liked, Fiona McEwen, a really brilliant story. Did you see this one? Yeah, her and her pal had come into the town to put their ear up against the wall to listen to Iron Maiden, who were playing the Apollo. We were probably at that gig, actually, I suspect. And as they were walking around the corner, they bumped into these lads. And these lads...
Why was it Iron Maiden?
I think you were.
No, wasn't it Saxon?
No.
All right, okay.
No, right. And... God, you never remember anything, Andrew. Anyway, so they were walking around the corner, and this lad
think you
and
better.
his mates came up, and they'd just met Biff Byford from Saxon. There's your link. See, there's your link. And Biff had given these lads some tickets, and the guys said to Fiona, "Look, here's a ticket," and they gave her one ticket, and she said, "No, I need two. I've got my mate with me," and they gave her another one as well. So she ended up watching the gig from the front row of the circle, and it was brilliant. I just love that, and there was some quite good banter going on.
Why would she be going to Iron Maiden and Biff Bifford giving her a ticket?
Because it was Iron Maiden and Saxon.
Yeah.
Well, this is what it said on the post. I didn't ken. You can look it up. You've got the database.
Yeah.
Derek said it might have been Saxon, but she said on her post it was Iron Maiden. So I'm just taking.
Okay. All right. Maybe he was just up paying a
word. Anyway, and I thought it was a lovely story, and there was some really good banter on the chat there about it only happened to a woman, and then it was a friend of Fiona's, and there were all sorts of banter, so it was brilliant. I really liked that one. Then there was another one, Alison Dent.
Oh yes, I remember this one.
That's the Adam and the Ants one. And what I loved about, I mean, Alison's got a little Adam and the Ants ticket in a little frame, right?
Yeah.
You still see the sellotape on it, but it's in a little wooden frame. But what she said really, it just. Because I'd had a really crap morning and I was exhausted, and it must have been about when I'd been up since 5 o'clock, and I think I was about 10, later than that, 11 o'clock by this time. I was very close to getting a can of Guinness open. I tell you that, Raymond, I was that close. Anyway, but she said at the bottom of her post about Adam and the Ants, and she really liked it, but she said, "I can't wait to go back to live concerts." God, yeah, cannot wait. Absolutely right. Another one that caught my eye, and I loved it. Was actually John Henry, who's obviously a frequent guest on here. He's always watching. But John posted this, Andy. Did you see this?
I did see that.
Isn't that brilliant? This is the Apollo Theatre staff roster.
Yeah.
And I thought that was absolutely magic. I really did. And there's a lot of comment about it. I thought it was brilliant. I really did like it. And it was good because there's quite a few people in the group that are on that list. Willie Potts is probably the best known one. Hi Willie, if you're watching, mate, how you doing? I
like the bottom of the first column.
Big Willie. Well, Big Willie was the bouncer, wasn't
he? Yeah.
So that was really made me smile. And it was Billy Sinclair that put the post up about the pubs, and it was the usual, Burnshouse, Dial In, McCall's, all these pubs. Can you remember the one that we used to go into? It was down at the bottom of Renfield Street, past the Horseshoe, and if you turn right, there's the bridge there at the underground. The central station. The pub we used to go to right there. In my brain, it's something like Macauber's, but I don't think it was Macauber's.
Under the bridge.
Aye, well, nearly the bridge. If you imagine the bridge was there, and here's Renfield Street here, and halfway between Renfield Street and the bridge. Can't I remember the name of it? I do have this Macauber. It wasn't Macauber's because I've never heard of a pub called Macauber's in Glasgow, but that's where we used to go. And as Irene Robbins said, anywhere that would serve us. Well, that was kind of us as well. If we get into a
especially me, seeing as I'm younger than you.
Scotland are winning. Excellent. Sorry.
Well, you've just alienated all our French viewers, mate.
Yeah, but our Welsh fans are in, mate. They're happy. Brilliant. Oh, it's such a shame they didn't get 8 points. Oh, brilliant though. What a great result.
That's brilliant.
Good. Right, I can focus on this.
That's good you've told me the scores because I don't have to go and watch it now.
Thanks. Look. Raymond saying Mr. Macauber. Yeah. I think that was it, mate.
Right.
I think that was it. And is sorry, mate, if I've ruined the rugby. Sorry.
Did they turn a blind eye to us being like 5?
Right, other stuff that came up. Now you mentioned the Tangerine Dream gig. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
with lasers.
With laser, and even the picture. You see the poster they had. Even
they've
the poster
got lasers
had
in their eyes.
had lasers in their eyes. Now,
Or is it sort of Swiss horns?
I'm quite
Laserium.
like Tangerine Dream. I think they're pretty good, actually.
Oh
I think
yeah, I love them. I love them.
Fabulous music.
The Tangram 1 and 2 is one of my favourite albums.
Terrific. And there was a comment.
It's just Tangram.
There was a comment. There was Jack Roberts and Derek McAdam raised the Tangerine Dream thing, and Andy Murdoch was saying that he was there and he was sat next to a woman who was sitting reading a book for the whole show.
It's good music for reading too.
That's a bit, yeah. And the other one that you've mentioned it already, and I was moaning about the Journey Pat Travers gig. Sue Ashcroft, who's a member, and Derek McAdam was the other one that mentioned this. Of course, Derek, who was a lot this week. But she actually knows the guy Soto. You know, the guy who took Steve Perry's place for a while. Thing with Soto, yeah. And she actually said that the Journey guys have been really nice to her, giving her like signed guitars and stuff for charity and all sorts of stuff, which is really cool.
He's a good singer. That guy.
He's a great singer.
He's a professional rock singer.
He's a bit like that wee guy from Carluke, isn't he? The guy that was in Rainbow, Dougie White's the same, isn't it? The sort of journeyman. No pun intended.
This is not Apollo related, but I had my first band rehearsal last week.
Oh, aye.
Last Sunday. 10 o'clock in the morning, singing. Oh, ridiculous. Yeah.
What were you trying to sing? Hot left.
No, wasn't doing that, mate. Wasn't doing that. Not yet.
Okay.
So okay. Fledgling band. We've got to start off with the easy stuff. But anyway, back to Apollo.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And other stuff. There's anything else? There was a couple of other things. I think I've got all of that. Got that. Yeah, got that. Yeah, I think I've got everything I thought that was jumping right. So that was it, really. But I thought it was a brilliant week, and it was great to see so many women joining in, new members, female members joining in, because it wasn't just all blokes. I remember there been loads of women there as well. So it's really cool that they're starting to join now. So more, please. Right. Yeah. Next up, before we get on to my favourite bit of the show that I always have a moan at you all about, it's different this week. There was another thing happened today. Now, a few of you probably saw the post from TBI Media about doing a documentary and contributing to a documentary about the Apollo, which is going to be, in fact, I've got this.
Excuse me, Scott. Is this the same? Is this the same one that the young
Dave Lawrence
guy before?
Dave Lawrence.
Is it the same people?
It is.
Right. Okay.
And actually, it's not. That's a good question. That, because there's another reason why that's a good question. I'll come back to it. But there's a young man. I think you might be watching tonight. So hello, Dave. If you're watching, Davey. Sorry, if you're watching. He's also in a band, so he's a bit of a muso, and he loves classic rock. So he's a good dude. Anyway, Davey contacted me directly, and they also put a post in the group asking people to contribute. And I know a few of you have contributed, which is fantastic. But they interviewed me today at 2:00, and it was a lass called Sarah Baker, unusual name, Sera, and we talked for about half an hour, and she was asking. It was quite good because the show's called If Walls Could Talk, and basically they've got 8 venues like King Tut's, the Liquid Rooms, the Ballroom, the Apollo. And the Apollo is the oldest one. It's the one that's been closed for a long, long time. And she said it was quite interesting. She says because it's been easy to find bands to speak about other venues, easy about the Apollo. And of course, I said that's because half of them are dead. But then she said, but the response from fans has been absolutely immense. So well done, guys. So I'm hoping a few of us on here are going to be on that. I mean, once they've got it cut now, she's expecting it to be a couple of weeks before she can get the thing cut, but it's already on the radio. The first one was about the ballroom in Glasgow, and it was a really good show. This guy, Gordon Smart, who, forgive me, I don't know who Gordon Smart is. He's obviously a DJ with fourth one. Good guy. Sounded really good on the radio, and it was a really good show. So
why aren't is this fourth is radio is in Edinburgh, isn't it?
I don't, these days, I don't know. I think there's a group of radio stations together, so it's going to be on Smile Radio as well, which is down south. But I don't know, mate. The radio industry is all fragmented so much that I have difficulty keeping up with it. But anyway, so it was a really nice interview. They were really keen to talk about the Apollo. There was one point, I won't tell you, but it was quite emotional, not from me, from her. So it was quite interesting how she responded to something that I said. So we'll see if they put that on the show. But I have to be honest, nearly all of it was about you guys, because I just said to her, I said, me and Andy have been doing this for a long, long time, but the last 6 months, this is show 18, by the way, plus a pilot, so it's show 19. 19 shows, Andy.
It doesn't feel like it's getting any better, though.
Wait a minute, we had a pre-production call today for, it must have been 7 minutes.
Yeah, we're as good as we're going to get, mate.
Yeah, exactly. I think our stingers are getting good. I'm quite proud of my stingers and my video editing. Yes, come on now, come on. But no, it's nice. And the other thing that I said to her, and she was really surprised, I said, we are getting, okay, we've got the stalker on here, but we're actually getting a few folk like James, younger music fans who are coming on. And I love that. Absolutely love it. I know you do as well, but so absolutely brilliant. So no complaints from us at all. So before we do the next section, there's quite a lot of comments here, Andy. Do you mind if we just have a little look at these? Let's have a look. That was not Apollo related. I'm not impressed. Oh, there's something else going on here. There's a fight going on here. It must be because of the rugby. Scotland won at the rugby, but they didn't win by enough to be second. But well done. They had to win by 8 points. James is saying, this must be one love a bit of krautrock myself. Have we spoken about krautrock, James?
Are you talking about Tangerine Dream?
Yeah. Not Scorpion. Yeah. No, I get that. And James again. Someone was nudging me when I fell asleep to Tchaikovsky because I was raging. It was very peaceful. I like Tchaikovsky. No wrong with that. That's pretty good. Who else have we got here? Facebook user. Right. Facebook user. If you go on to, if you're obviously in the group, our Apollo group, and it's great that you're there. If you want your name to be shown. His
name, Douglas Kearney.
There you go. Hi, Douglas. If you want your name to be shown, Douglas, there's a wee bit of code. If I can just show you it, if I can put my hand in it, I might not be able to do it quickly because I did another stream today and my brain is based. Oh, there it is. If you just click that link, you'll see it in the actual Apollo Facebook group, mate. Click that, 3 clicks, click, and your name pops into the chat. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at Chris Welsh.
All right, I'll have a look. What's Chris saying? There we go. What's he saying? Cheers for mentioning us young music fans. You're welcome, mate. You're welcome. This is why you come here. We'll end up getting stalked by other folk here.
Chris Welsh, young fan. Yeah, nice one, Chris.
Right, okay. And what's this one about? I never read this out. Sorry, I should have done. I never got the Style Council back in the day, but recently Six Music played a Style Council gig from the early 80s, which stood the test. Well, right, okay. I probably won't go and listen to it, but I believe you. What else? Anything else? Right, okay, no. Right. So next up, now this, I'm quite excited about this bit, mate. This bit. Right. Now, every week I have a forlorn face and say, I'm going to come and stalk a lot of you and get some videos out of you. Well,
yes.
One day. And if you're new to the show, what this is about is we're really keen to get video messages of people that were at the Apollo because we think it's really important. And actually, I got my serious face on for a minute. It is important and we want these videos. But folk, understandably, it's been slow to happen. But we're getting a few, but we need some more. But we'll come back to that. But this week, we got something that knocked my socks off. A few weeks ago, it started a few weeks ago. There's a guy had contacted me and he'd said, look, I used to be in a band. He said, we never really did big numbers or anything, but I was very proud of that band. And I wondered if you'd be interested in hearing a song I've written about the Glasgow Apollo. And of course, you can guess what I said. I said yes. And it turns out that his name's Ronnie. And I'll put his details on the screen in a minute. Hi, Ronnie. I know you're watching, mate. How you doing? And Ronnie has written a song about the Greens and the Glasgow Apollo. And he sent me it. I think it was yesterday you sent me it, Ronnie. And the weird, and I haven't even told Ronnie this, the weird thing is it's quite folky, this song. And my friend who died last week was a massive folk fan, Andy. Massive. Like Eric Bogle.
I remember meeting him. Yeah.
And so I got this from Ronnie, and I haven't told you this, Ronnie, but when I got it, I was greeting because it really does sound like it's obviously Ronnie's wonderful voice, but it sounds of that ilk. So, Ronnie, you hit it on the head, mate. Hit it on the head. Now, Ronnie was in a band called Liberty Bodice. Do you remember them? They were doing a lot. They played at the Kelvin Grove Rock Festival. He posts in the group quite a lot, so you might have seen his name in the group. But this guy, he lives in Cork in Ireland, and he ain't no amateur. So what he did, he very kindly sent me this song. So this is the first time it's ever been shown in public. I've put together a load of images for Ronnie. He didn't have time to do a video, so I've just banged in a whole load of our images. But I really, really hope you like this. So this is by a guy called Ronnie Costley and his friends, and his daughter's on it as well, particularly near the end. You'll get why I said that when you hear it. I hope you enjoy it. And this is like probably the best thing that's come into my inbox in the last few weeks. So I really hope you enjoy it, guys. And if you do enjoy it, it's on Bandcamp already, but we'll come back to that later because Ronnie and I have been chatting about another Wombles at the end there, mate.
I wrote that down. Wombles.
What did you think of that?
If it's good as grains.
It was excellent. That was actually that was his daughter singing in the background. I thought it was magic.
Yeah, that was good. That was very good.
It was very good. And she's a student, and she's going to make a little proper little. I did that little thing. It just took me half an hour, but they're going to do it properly. So it's available just now on Bandcamp if you fancy supporting them. I think Ronnie's lovely. He's been really.
SoundCloud.
Say that, mate.
SoundCloud.
He's got it on. Is it Baby CD Baby or something? It's called as well. Yeah.
You should really put a link up there, mate. Oh, you do?
Well, he's only just let. Wait a minute now. Hold your wished, right? Ronnie's just getting himself going, right? He's working out how to do this, and so next week we'll have more information. But Ronnie might be able to play it live for us on the show with his mate. So he's thinking he might come on and do it live one night for us. So that'd be great. That was really nice. So thanks, guys. So Facebook user.
Good.
Really nice. Great song. Love it. Thank you very much.
Facebook user was scaring me.
I know. Feeling innocent youth. You know, James makes a point here about if we brought it back, would it be the same? No, it just wouldn't be. No, in my opinion. We can talk about that in the after show. But that's where I made the girl greet today when I spoke about that. But I don't think it would be the same. Nice one, Ronnie. Yeah, I was just telling a wee story, mate. Come on, know me my stories. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. That's the first time that's ever been played in public. So we're really grateful to Ronnie. It was fantastic, Ronnie. So well done. And as you can see, folk like it. So
can you buy that?
You can on Bandcamp. It's £1.
Right.
You know, so it's and I mean. There's so many of us in this group, we could probably get it in the Scottish charts, guys, if we went for it, because it's I think it's a great wee song. I just love it. So, but hopefully we'll have a bit more information next week, and I've got some background about Ronnie I'm going to tell you about next time. But thank you, Barry. Yeah, it is a fine tribute to the Apollo. It's lovely. I just like the Harmony Row idea, and I know that's down. Where's is that the Broomielaw or something, isn't it? Somebody tell me. My geography of Glasgow's absolutely crap. It was bad enough when I was young, but anyway, there you go. Look at all that nice feedback you're getting there, Ronnie. Well done, mate. Really, really well done. Yeah. Right. So there's a few other bits and pieces this week that we need to talk about before we finish. There was another thing that was him caused it, and it was you. One of the funniest. Bon said it's down in Govan. Yeah, I thought I was kind of close as in Glasgow. Anyway,
your beer's den, yeah.
I better watch what I say. If I get it wrong, I'll be accosted by one of the colours. Anyway, absolutely. But you posted this. Look at this work of art that Andy. Look, I mean, and it got a response, mate.
Yep, I knew it would, and I knew the likely culprit who would get the answer correct right away.
But this is tell folk where you got this from.
Well, I got it from the back of a ticket.
Yeah. And I remembered it. Now, like an idiot, I forgot to take a picture of the one that's annotated. But this is for younger viewers. This is what maps used to look like when they were done on the cheap. And yeah. So this is the Apollo. Can you remember what bit's what?
On the left of the picture is Suckyhill Street. On the right is Renfrew Street, and then the one in the middle is Renfield Street.
That's right.
The little box in the middle is the box office.
Uh-huh.
The entries are Stalls, Circle, and the one on the side, I think that's for Upper Circle.
Aye.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I thought it was interesting, and I did. Ian Bamford said, "Oh, you should maybe think about that as like something for a T-shirt." I thought, yeah, it might be an option. Could be, but yeah,
I wouldn't buy it anyway. It's quite
if
good.
it was on the back of a T-shirt, see?
Oh, it might look good in the back. Oh yeah. I was there with an arrow or something. Yeah.
Or just have a ticket on the front and that on the back.
I overcomplicate things, don't I? I know I do.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Not to worry. So no, I enjoyed that. I thought the banter on that one was particularly good. Oh, and incidentally, just to jog your memories about that song, this is the picture that Ronnie put on the site recently. Remember, Andy, you were commenting on that, the days before Blue Tack,
Yeah.
So that's the front cover of the single, which is quite neat.
Can you put it up again?
Yes, of course.
See just on the bed there, the bed head. It just says free.
Yeah.
Free there. I think he commented on that before, but I thought that was pretty funny.
You got your
and put it on again, sorry.
Oh, God.
And Mick Ronson's not looking great there.
No, he's not. He looks a bit like Eddie from Iron Maiden, doesn't he?
He's got something on his face there. Maybe that was some light feature. Is that?
Yeah. I think he does look like Iron Maiden's Eddie, the monster.
He does, yeah.
So our last thing tonight. Now I said earlier that Andy and I had found this, and it is on YouTube, but in bits. So we've kind of found this, and it's quite neat. So it's I think it's not exclusive because it's available. You can find it if you dig deep. But this is Mr. Neil Young. And this is the infamous or famous time that he was playing the Apollo in the 70s. I think it was 76, but I'm sure the hive mind will give me the date, the month, and the hour. But I think it was in the 70s. It was certainly in the 70s. And this is some black and white film of him. He was at the Apollo and he went busking. Now, the version of this that I'd seen before was just the bit where he's walking around and then sitting down at Central Station. But this bit involves the song. So this is our last piece tonight in terms of music. So
are we going to get busted here for this?
What?
Are we going to get busted for
busking? I don't think so. It's a bootleg.
Yeah, all right, okay.
Well, sorry, it's a rescued recording. But anyway, so here it goes, right? Hope you enjoy it, guys.
Excuse me, could you tell me where the Bank of Scotland is?
Yes.
The Bank of Scotland? It's just down here then?
Well, that's the high level.
Oh,
station.
the high level station.
The underground is
further?
further on, yes.
I think in 10 years I might be singing on the street.
Yeah.
On the corner up here.
Yeah.
How good was that?
That was good.
Yeah. And Facebook
Bob
users
Bell.
were in the video.
Bob Bell, I just saw you. Thumbs
Yeah.
up on it. Yeah, well done. Did you see that guy who just said, load of rubbish, it should be banned?
It's funny. When I first saw that, I was like, these people are all so boring. There was that woman who walked straight through right in front of him, nearly fell over him at one point when there was a little, like a crescent around him. But
to be fair, it's a bad place to sit.
It's not a good spot, is it? But
No.
Isn't that brilliant? So that has to be up there with Bon Jovi playing at Tower Records, mate. That has to be.
Not saying. I don't know if it's the same crowd reaction.
Yeah, no, probably not. But so anyway, we hope you enjoyed that.
That was, and they had a picture of an old lady, but she was probably about 35.
Yes, absolutely. I think
Barry
Hughes summed it up quite well, mate. He said a brilliant piece of history. Absolutely. I mean, it'd be nice if there was more of that sort of stock footage, because you don't see many videos like that around. So, and I know some of you probably had seen the whole thing, but I hadn't. I'd only ever seen the bit at the beginning, the first sort of 40 seconds, which is one of the YouTube versions of it. So,
do you know where the Bank of Scotland is?
Yeah.
Bank of Scotland.
I had I think I might have said that I had a really terrible experience with Neil Young, because I remember coming down to that shocking SECC place. I used to live in Elgin, and I drove down, and first thing that went wrong was I forgot my tickets. Now, Elgin's so far away, you kind of just turn around and go back and get them. You know, when you're on the M9, you've gone to the A9, you've gone too far anyway. So I got to the SACCC, and the box office people were brilliant, and they looked us up in the system, got the tickets, went in, and Neil Young comes on. That's the neck. It was like Neil Young and Crazy Horse, it was just, it was terrible.
Was it?
Mate, it was just, and I mean, I love him. And I think the Unplugged album is probably in my top 5 albums of all time. I love it. And I had to walk out. I walked out. So I'd driven all the way from Elgin. I had to. It was shit, mate. They were masturbating on stage. Da, 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 da. And just looking at each other going, oh, isn't this great? Da, 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 da. Probably what they were on. They were well refreshed on something, and it wasn't a beer.
I saw them here. And I mean, I saw, like, for the new viewer, I live in Sydney. I saw them here, and I thought it was great. Yeah, I'd never seen them before, and you know, I'd probably only listened to Harvest about 1 million times, but I think he played the whole of. Did he play the whole of it? He played a lot of it anyway, and then it was quiet, and then he did a noisy bit at the end for a long time. It was a long. Was it like, played for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, but it was really good. It was amazing. It was, the sound was great in there, but it's a venue that's no longer there. Could probably be doing a site about it, but probably could do. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that wee film there. That was very good. It's good to get a
film. It really
when
is.
was that? Was that in 76?
I think it was 76. Hive Mind, keep me right. I think it was. Chris is saying that fella said it's rubbish. Looked like he was wearing one of those Groucho Marx glasses and moustache mask. He did, didn't he? Absolutely right, Chris. He did. And here's the stalker saying Neil Young is like Stilton cheese. His material matures as you get older. Do you know what, James? I think you're right. Again, I think I love him. It's a bit like, the other guy that I've seen that's similar to him is Big Bob. You know, Bob Dylan. And I saw Bob in the 90s, and it was diabolical. It was just diabolical. It was like, what is going on here? You know. But then just a couple of years ago, he brought out an album I thought was brilliant, you know. And I don't think he's ever been particularly known for his live gigs, Dylan, but shocking live, it was just terrible. But the music and the lyrics are incredible. But Neil, that live album, that Unplugged album, is perfect. I just think it's perfect. The two of them, that one and the Nirvana one, are just, both of them are just very different, but I think they're perfect albums. Absolutely perfect. So, yeah. And
I think we got knocked off here, mate.
Have we?
Yeah.
No. Still going, according to this. But... Oh, so we have. There must have been a problem. All right. Okay. Well, we're coming to the end anyway, so let's just finish now. There must be a problem on Facebook, Andy. Must be. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll finish there, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Sorry, everybody's got kicked out. There's still 3 of you there, so we're still doing a service here. And it's a shame because we've got a new ending. So here's the new ending. Hopefully we'll see some of you on the Zoom chat afterwards. But thanks for watching the Glasgow Apollo live show. My name is Scott MacArthur.
And my name is Andy Muir. Thanks for watching. And if you're on YouTube, click and subscribe.
Yeah, definitely. And guess who's singing on this track? He doesn't like this, but I'm going to play it anyway.